may look correct. And when I start my new exam system next fall, I'm going to actually have an option where the instructor says, okay, there are 5 choices. A is correct. B is incorrect, but it's not a horrible answer either. So if it's a 10-point question, if you selected B, hey, I'll give you a 5. Or sometimes I allow students to pick more than one, but at most 2. If one of them is correct, you still get the full points. When you write the code yourself, you can do anything you want. But on the other hand, on those exams, I will also have a horrible answer penalty. If I ask you what's total assets and one of the answers says -5 and you pick that, you will get -5 points from that question. Because you may not know the correct answer. I never have a problem with that. That's okay. Because if you don't know, you can learn. But if you do not know by then that assets cannot be negative, you definitely need a chalk in the head. In the old days, my professors used to do that. I'm going to ask the human resources whether I can spray you with water. Before COVID, I had a little mini gong. If you gave an answer like that, I came next to your ear and hit the gong. They were called gongable answers. All right. Something is equal to interest paid minus ending long-term debt minus beginning long-term debt. What do you think that is? We actually just did talk about this. By the way, these sorts of questions, you have no excuse to miss them at home. Okay? You have no time limit on these. You can start it, not finish it, come back in the morning, continue where you are. It's not going to create a problem for your dating life. So what do you think this is? So something is equal to interest paid minus ending debt minus beginning debt. Technically that should be plus, but. So what do you think that is? What's that second part? Ending debt minus beginning debt. It's how much new money you borrowed, right? So interest payment minus how much money you borrowed is the cash flow to creditors. I'm just gonna write CFTC. By the way, if you need the blank questions, for a lot of questions, there are some anticipated answers. If you hit one of them, it automatically grades it correct. But if you did not, and you still believe that it's right, I manually look at those. And if I believe your answer is correct, I manually enter the points. So don't object to me before I had a chance to manually do it. Because I cannot anticipate different ways you guys can spell things. I don't think you guys can anticipate.
Ending borrowing is the difference between long-term and short-term. So,
Ending and, yeah. Remember, we started with 100, you ended with 200. That means you must have borrowed 100 more. All right, this is a little bit, something is equal to something, net fixed assets minus something net fixed assets plus something. So did we see something like that? Again, these are definitional stuff. So how about ending minus beginning plus depreciation. We've seen this in the definition of net capital spending. Right? Something can be defined as blank minus change in the net working capital minus something. Have you seen a definition like that? That has minus change in net working capital.
Cash flow from assets.
Exactly. So CFFA can be defined as something minus. Well, you know what that is. OCF, and another minus is NCS. I have seen students write that as NCIS sometimes. I'm a big fan. I've seen, except NCIS Sydney, I haven't seen that one. Hawaii, I like the lady. I mean, she's got a downside. She was actually married to, who's that guy, Nick Lachey? The ex-husband of Jessica Simpson. I mean, that's 10 points off, okay? Oh, she would have been a 12, but she's now a 10 because of that. Or else, decrease in net working capital will increase owner's equity. Yes or no? If your net working capital decreases, either your current assets are decreasing, or your current liabilities are increasing, or both, okay? So simplify it, suppose nothing happened to current liabilities. It's essentially your current assets are decreasing. If things you own are not worth as much anymore, what happens to your net worth, which is your equity? It's gonna go down. So this is indeed true. Oh no, false. So that would be your explanation why that is false. If I ask it because of this. You basically will go to the logic. Because you said so is not worth any points. Because it's in the book is not worth any points. I feel like it's true. And those are tautologies, okay? Tautology is something that is correct by itself, but otherwise it's completely useless. You know, the pen is blue. Okay. What am I going to do with that? Why is it blue? That's more important. Oh, the following is not because it is. I had these reasonings before. Cash flow to creditors is equal to interest paid minus. Yeah, have you seen that? That is true. Technically, this is not. There should be parentheses, but you get the point. The income statement for blah blah had negative net income for last year. Given this, you can assume that operating cash flow was either negative, positive, or zero, but you cannot determine which one. A or nay? You lost money as far as accountants are concerned. That you know is this basically says that's not enough information to figure out whether or not operating cash flow was of any sign.
True. True.
Why is it true?
You also have to evaluate the depreciation and the interest.
Exactly. You have to add depreciation and interest expense. Those may be high enough to compensate for that negative income, then you'll be just fine. See, that was a beautiful explanation. I came to Boston College in 1987. I had a professor who was teaching math for econ, and in the exams he asked only 3 true-false questions. But underneath the true-false questions it says the best answer for true is a proof. The best answer for a false is a counterexample. If I say that square of a even number is odd, that's false. All you have to do is find that even number, square it, and show that its square is not odd. 2 times 2 is 4, it's not odd, you're done. Okay? It's called a counterexample. But if I say that